drink alcohol, I don't eat junk food, I don't even drink coffee. But there is one habit I have been struggling with: scrolling.
Social media became my comfort, my distraction, my dopamine hit. I could justify it. I'm working, I'm promoting, I'm learning, but deep down, I knew it. It was about the pleasure. So today I'm sitting down with someone who lives in the eye of the storm. A guy whose job is to make videos go viral, who also believes we should watch less. That's the paradox that makes society today: production and consumption. Is what makes this conversation so special.
Hi, my name is Farrago. I am a professional video editor and videographer. Originally from New York, born and raised, but I moved to Canada about 8 years ago. I was living life out there, went to university there, enjoyed my life, but I was destined for something larger. And I always had a skill set in the back of my pocket, which was video editing and storytelling visually. And I knew that it would take me far in this life. About 1 year ago, I got flown out to Miami for business. Wasn't really looking at Miami as a home to live or a place to set up shop, but I fell in love with the people, the weather, the opportunities, the wealth concentration. And so on that business trip, I decided that I would move here and where I would pursue my dreams.
What led you to become an editor exactly and producer and be involved with social media? What was your first connection and contact with, this new world that we live in?
My first contact with online digital art was, I took a Photoshop class back in like 7th grade, and I fell in love with the concept of creating something from nothing. The beautiful thing about like digital art is it's like free and unlimited resources. Like I can just take my mouse or my cursor, click and drag, and you can create pixels for free. Like I don't need to buy paint, I don't need to buy clay, I don't need to buy canvas. I can just create something and then delete it and then create something else. And then I also fell in love with manipulation of reality. And so from then on there, it's been a progression to go from photo to then video in high school. And then I started to get paid for that because people were like, oh, these videos are kind of good. I'll give you a couple bucks. I have this event or I have, and I was like, yeah, heck yeah, why not? The stakes started to get higher. My camera gear started to get better. So it was a very healthy and natural progression for me.
I love it. Two things that you mentioned. One of the things was manipulation. So how do you see this as a tool for the good or for the bad?
Social media takes you in the direction that you want to go. It's not really social media's fault. It's a facilitator. It takes you where your interests are. It takes you where you want to go. It takes you where your desires are or where your discipline is. There's a lot of things that are like that. For example, like Las Vegas. There are a lot of benefits about Las Vegas. You can go to Vegas and hit up like a lot of healthy like tech conferences, and you can make a lot of strides in your career in Las Vegas because it's a hub. Or you could also get sucked down the rabbit hole of gambling and sex and the whole hedonistic side of Las Vegas. The thing in question is a facilitator. It will take you where you want to go. And social media is no different. It's a new technology and people are not necessarily like prepared for, they're not warned of the dangers of it. But it makes perfect and well sense that somebody would like have a very negative experience on social media. I've been an avid social media user for I was using Instagram when it first came out, and I was using Facebook when it almost first came out. And it's always been something that I have challenged myself with. I'd say in the last year or two, I've been very good about it and healthy about it. Purchased this device that essentially locks your phone, and it provides like a degree of physicality in between like your mindless distractions, which is necessary. I think it's absolutely necessary because as it stands right now, we basically have like cocaine in our pockets, and whenever we want to hit, we can just pull it out with no friction. And the social media companies love that. They love the no friction. But what Brick does is they introduce a pretty stern layer of friction in between in the way of physicality.
I love it. I love the concept of Brick because one of the main points that I think it's good, it's because I don't like it. I need to get up and go there and touch my phone and do all that. That's exactly why I think Brick is good. If I don't like something, it's probably gonna be good for me. Not all the time, but most often. And we can apply that for diet and other healthy concepts. I love many of the things that you just said. I imagine social media pretty much being, if you could travel back in time and you had a gun and you throw that gun for cavemen. It's not the gun's fault that we're going to shoot each other because we don't know how to use it. So whose fault is it? I think social media is pretty much the same concept. You can use it for good. You can use it for make money. You can use it to learn. You can use it for many things as you can use for your own bad. So what is one advice that you have for people?
Two of the healthiest habits that I do in my daily life right now are: one, make my bed every single day, and two, I journal every single night. The common theme between the two of those is consistency and mental clarity. It's like 80% of your room is your bed, right? So if your bed is unmade, it's like 80% of your room is messy already. So you can clean 80% of your room by just making your bed. When my room is clean, and what that does is it lends you like a clear mind for the day. If everything is kind of clear in order in your home, you tend to not want to escape your home in your phone. It has an influence on how I interact with my phone. If I'm enjoying the space that I live in, I typically don't want to escape to the phone. Making my bed every single day has been a hugely healthy habit in my physical health and my digital health journey. Journaling has also been honestly the most important thing I think I do in this world right now. I do this thing called bullet journaling, which is basically I just recall my day that just happened every single night. So I'll do bullets of whatever happened during my day, and I will do one sub bullet about how I felt about it, any lessons I learned, did I like it, did I not like it, etc. These two practices lend a great deal of clarity to my mind, and that is reflected in how I interact with my phone.
You're actively putting attention to everything you do. I realize my bed is disorganized. That is affecting my environment. So I'm putting intention to make my environment better by organizing my bed. When we are actually putting attention to the things we do, we become self-aware. As we become self-aware, it's one of the things I tell my friends is like, you are awakened. And you start forgetting little by little just because you're so distracted with so many things you can do. There's two questions that I ask when I usually do these interviews. So the first one is, tell me who you are without telling me what you do.
I would say I'm somebody who's driven by my purpose. I'm a very family-oriented person at this time. A lot of the actions and the endeavors that I embark on are a reflection of my strong grasp on my purpose. I see myself as a provider. I'm kind of the man of my household, and I move through this world with purpose. That's kind of who I am.
If you can, and if you feel comfortable, share with us, what is your purpose?
My purpose right now is to make my immediate family financially secure and bring them peace and prosperity.
And to inspire the people that are watching is, if that's your purpose, would you say that all the actions you're taking day after day and the decisions and creating a better and healthy environment are leading you to your purpose?
Yes.
That's where the intentionality comes.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. If you don't have a grasp on your purpose, you will not move forward, obviously, because forward progress is relative to your purpose. And if you don't know what your purpose is, it's impossible for you to move forward. I've been a huge proponent of this, like get clarity on your purpose and your aim and your goals. And you have to look internally. Why are you on this planet? What are you doing here? Who are you serving? If you're serving yourself, it's not going to work, obviously. It's just you need to be serving something larger than yourself.
I agree. Because otherwise, pretty much if you serve yourself, you go in circles, because myself is my only goal. If I'm happy by scrolling on my phone, now there's no purpose because I'm already happy. There's nothing to be fulfilled. If we had a whiteboard, 8 billion people on earth are going to watch the whiteboard, what would you say or write?
If you have a grasp on your purpose, everything will be okay.
I love it. Yeah, grasp on your purpose. Putting attention to what you do and everything's going to be okay.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else that you'd like to add, or that we didn't mention about break or health habits, or anything that we didn't discuss?
Final thing I'll say is like the phones are pretty bad. There's a lot of ways to justify them. I think in the current state right now, phones lean towards more negative, like 80% negative, 20% positive. Get away from the phone. Here's what I'll leave you on. The only way that you can use your phone and social media in a positive way is if you're creating as well, because creation acts as a yin to the yang. You must balance it out. You cannot just consume. Everything is coming inside and it's getting stuck, and you are getting bloated and fat and lethargic. You need to push it out.
I couldn't agree more with what you just said, because I felt like in the season of my life where I was not sharing anything and just consuming, I was like the most lethargic, the most anxious, the most addicted to it. And now that I'm actually putting out, I spend less time on my phone. That's magical what you just said. Be away from your phone, but if you need, produce as well and put it out.
What you just described is one of the benefits of social media. This conversation wouldn't have happened if it weren't for social media. So there are benefits, you know. Awesome, bro. Appreciate you.